Good morning.
Good morning.
That was a beautiful meditation. Thank you. I so enjoyed it. Because it was all for me, wasn't it? Or was it for you? That's the beauty of universal truth, is that it applies to each of us the same. Now, we don't always accept it the same way due to our own understanding of what truth is for us, but it is true that it's given equally. It's one of the greatest gifts that I know of for my life. Well, this morning, salute to freedom. Salute to freedom. Well, last Sunday in Reverend Louis' lesson, Free to Be, it kicked off the month of July, because it was the very first day of July. And it was a spiritual sizzler. I mean, he was on fire last Sunday. He was on fire. And last Sunday he spoke of our individual personal responsibility as it relates to our being either in bondage or in freedom. That being, our thinking, believing, and use of the one mind either allows us freedom or bondage. And then afterward, during our Good Food Fellowship time, those here enjoyed what many considered the traditional or appropriate 4th of July fare. Hot dogs, potato salad, apple pie, and a whole lot of fun. A whole lot of fun. Well, you know, traditions are strong influencers. They are handed down by those who have come before us. And I happen to really love those that include food, fanfare, and lots of friends. Lots of friends. So for me, the 4th of July is high in the ranking. It has a lot of medals for me on my keeper list of traditions. Yes, we celebrated Independence Day this past week on Wednesday, on the 4th. And each of us got to remember that in our own unique fashion. So many memorable choices, all in one day. All in one day. There were parades, family gatherings, and we honored those who are serving or have served or gave the ultimate service, paid the price in the military. And we had our fireworks displays. Did anybody go to a fireworks display? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. And there were musical tributes as well. I particularly love the one out of Washington, D.C. That's held on the eve of 4th of July. And so yes, the 4th is definitely a time to remember our nation's history, which is a salute to freedom. For me, freedom is a powerful word. It's a powerful word. And an ever more powerful idea when we understand a greater idea of what it means to be free. If I were to ask you to define freedom in your own words for your own life, what would be your response? Well, I submit the ideas would be quite varied and probably many profound because of your experiences in life around the idea of this freedom. Each of us has an individual concept of what freedom is. Now, of course, there are the ones that are on the top of the list, like the freedom of speech and religion and those types. But when you allow yourself to go deeper into your beliefs and really, really, really take a look at where you are being free or not, that's getting to the core. That's beyond the lip service of, yeah, well, I'm free. But are you free? Are you free? It's arriving at what you believe about you when we get to the core. It's arriving at what you believe are your freedoms. It's arriving at what you believe are your limitations. For me, freedom is the effect of trust and ease. trust and ease. Whereas limitation is the effect of fear and doubt. Do you realize limitation is a real to us, made-up experience? That limitation is a real to us at the moment, made-up experience. There are those moments we experience what I call the teeter-totter of indecision. When we are unsure of our direction, and we feel the ups and downs of emotion. It's a feeling of being stuck in the chaos of, oh my God. The what's next of uncertainty. I've been there. Have you ever been there? Yeah, we all have been there, and I'm pretty sure we might try it one or two more times in our lives. Except, we're not really up and down because we're stuck on the axis of our real to us made-up uncertainty. We're stuck in the middle. It's moving, it's around us, it's emotion, but we're stuck. This is called a condition of our thinking. This condition of our thinking. It shows up as a result of where we've been thinking. In the Science of Mind textbook, Dr. Holmes tells us, to rise above the contemplation of conditions is to enter into the field of causation, which makes all things new in our experience. Freedom. From this viewpoint, there is no hard and no easy case to handle. All cases represent but different phases of human belief, and one would yield to the truth as quickly as another if we were sure of our spiritual position. Now there's the ease and clarity. There's the freedom. So how do we get off this ride to nowhere? Well, here's one clue by James Thurber, who wrote, all people should strive to learn before they die what they are running from, and to, and why. Love that. I'm going to say it again. All of us should strive to learn before we die what we're running from, and to, and why. So our commitment to the understanding of truth is a great way to begin clearing the clutter of a scattered, teeter-totter way of living. Why truth, you would ask? Well, truth is that which is what? Changeless, constant, and never scattered. Never, ever scattered. The teachings of Dr. Holmes, the founder of Science of Mind, compile these universal truths from the mystics and the teachers of all things spiritual and called it Science of Mind. And he wrote the tool we use to teach from, the textbook. And in it he wrote this about freedom. Freedom is the birthright of every living soul. All of us instinctively feel this. It's the inherent nature of man that is forever seeking to express itself in terms of freedom. It wants to be, as one of my good friends when she was having little temper tantrums and asked, why do you do that? I gotta let it out. Freedom wants to get out. We want to be free to express. And every time we're shut down or backed off, guess what? There's resistance. Maybe a firework or two, if our expression is shut down. And so freedom is the inner knowing of our individual souls. And freedom cannot be removed from us because this is what we are. Freedom is the rush of the absolute saying, this is I. This is I. I use I because I is universal oneness. This is I. This refers to all of us. This is I. So if you would consider and feel free enough to do this, please affirm with me. I step off the axis of uncertainty.
I step off the axis of uncertainty.
I accept a greater idea of spiritual freedom.
I accept a greater idea of spiritual freedom.
Because
Because
this is I.
this is I.
Did you feel an opening in yourself when you did that? This is I.
Do it again.
Say it again.
Do it again. The whole thing.
Yeah. Okay. We all want this, don't we? I can tell. If one person wants it, we all want it. Two.